This story begins with a weird dream. A boy named Kanzuya wakes up and holds the chest of a girl named Chisato. She got angry and smacked him. He accidentally saw her panties and she started kicking him, and his friends Osamu and Shiro were having fun seeing him in such a condition. Now Kanzuya went to the rooftop and started thinking about his dream. He took out the kimono, which was his mother's last thing he had. He was very protective of its scent because it belonged to his mother. No, he was about to leave and saw a wig. But he didn't give it a proper look and kept on walking, but the wig stopped him and held him tightly. Chisato was looking for him but wasn't able to hear his screaming. The wig suddenly freed him and then bumped into him and he fell from the roof. He thought that it was the end of his life, but something from his back saved him and converted into a beauty named Kiriha. He asked who she was and she collided her head with him. Suddenly the girl came and started attacking, but Kiriha was defending Kanzuya. She asked him to be her servant because she had saved him 2 times. But he called her an evil spirit. She got angry and took him close to that possessed girl and asked if he'd serve her or not. He agreed out of his fear. Now they both started fighting and Kiriha was doing a really great job. But suddenly Kanzuya got hit by one attack a little and Kiriha got angry. She made a drill with her kimono and removed the wig. She told him that kind of spirit was made with the desire of someone and might possess that girl. Suddenly his teacher came and asked why he was still there, and he told him that the girl was faint and Kiriha was on the roof. At home, his sister asked for a bath. But he refused and went to his room and started thinking about Kiriha. He read a little about such spirits and had the same weird dream. When he woke up he found Kiriha on his bed. He was shocked and screamed. His sister ran to him and he hid Kiriha. When Kasumi, his sister, entered the room he made a lame excuse and said he just fell from the bed. He let Kasumi go and Kiriha was very angry. She started rolling him around and they started talking. He asked her if she was really coming out of the kimono. She said yes and told him to call her respectfully and serve her. He went to the convenience store and bought her some snacks, but she yelled at him because he didn't get the pudding for her. He again went and got some puddings for her and she was happy. At the dinner table Kasumi asked him why he was very noisy today. Again a scream came from his room because Kiriha was watching TV. Kanzuya started praising her cooking and diverted her attention from the noise. After dinner, when he went to his room, it was messy. Kiriha wasn't there either. Now he went to take the bath and Kiriha was already there. He thought there might be a fight, but she asked him to clean her back and he started doing that. Now she started cleaning his back and teasing him about his sensitive part. In the room he was sad about her touching him. He asked to sleep on the sofa, but they slept together because he was used to sleeping with the kimono. And she didn't allow him to sleep anywhere else. He was just thinking that everything had happened so suddenly that he still didn't believe in it. A girl named Koku was standing on a tree and she was saying that the Mali-san had grown a lot. The next morning when Kiriha woke up she tried to wake him up too, but in sleep, he said stop sister and she got mad. She kicked his third leg. Now he ran to the school and tried to make it on time, but he was late. Chisato punished him after school for being late. He thought about how he got late. When he woke up he saw the alarm clock, which was broken, and then tried to come to school, but she was also with him. He requested her to convert into kimono and then packed her into a wooden box and tied it up. That's how he came to school. Now he was eating lunch with his friends and Shiro asked him if he knew about the ghost myth. Shiro told him that students said there was a ghost in the school, who came out after everybody was gone and possessed girls. He went into lusty thoughts. Chisato got angry and punished them all. She also told them that there was a report they had to submit after the break and Kanzuya asked Osamu if he could let him copy his report. But Chisato took him with her and told him to complete his report, and he had to do his work. He started writing and she was staring at him. She remembered how little Kanzuya was. He was also the same. She smiled and he asked if he had done something wrong, but she told him that she remembered their childhood and how she helped him with his homework. She was blushing and asked him if she could visit his place to help him with homework sometime. He was about to say yes, but he remembered about Kiriha and refused her. She was a little sad about that. He completed his work and told her to go to the class. He'll just put the books back. She returned and saw him and tried to open the door. Kanzuya saw Kiriha there and screamed. When Chisato checked him, his face was swelled like a ball. They tried to open the windows or exitway with many things, but was useless. Suddenly Kiriha appeared and Kanzuya took her to a side and asked her if he had not told her to stay there. But she punched him and started telling him about the spirits. She told him some spirits are like her who came from things after many years and some came from incomplete desires of humans. The one who attacked him yesterday was the same kind. She told him that her kind had complete consciousness, but the other ones were like newborn babies who create problems. Now they both went out and Chisato greeted Kiriha, and on Kanzuya's request, she told Chisato that she was his cousin and came here to check his school. Kiriha asked her about the spirits and she had a good knowledge of it. Kiriha gave them some things to detect the spirit's presence, and when they started checking they detected it in all the books and things. Kiriha got angry and tried to drill in the door, but they suddenly went into a very huge library. The books started to attack Kiriha. She was defending pretty well. Suddenly the books converted into a robot form and they started running. While running, Kiriha noticed that the books were only targeting her, not to them. They came to a blind end. The books thing came and attacked Kiriha, but when a book was about to hit Chisato, other books saved her. Kiriha told Kazuya to think about what they had talked about in the library and complete the desire. He started thinking and remembered Chisato's desire to visit his place. Kiriha told him to complete her wish, and he grabbed her and told Chisato that she could visit his place sometime. Chisato felt happy and they returned to the normal library. With a great flash, Kazuya thanked Kiriha and told Chisato that he could understand how she felt. He said he knew that she loved teaching others, and her hopes fell from the peak of the mountain. Koku was still keeping an eye on him. Now Chisato went to Kazuya's room and was shocked when she saw him sleeping with Kiriha. He punished him and she was having puddings for them and Kiriha was happy. Chisato apologized for yesterday's trouble because she thought she was the reason for it. But Kiriha told them there was a big problem, Molly-san, which was spreading like air. And that was all due to the fault of the local god Kukuri. Now Shiro met with Koku. She asked him if he was Kazuya, but he refused. She was about to leave, but he thought lusty and said he was Kazuya's friend and could take her to him. But before that, he'll treat her, and she agreed. Now Kazuya was about to leave for school and his father told him to come back home on time. He left with Kiriha in the form of a kimono. When he went to school, Shiro kicked him and told him what happened the last day. When they were in the restaurant, she started ordering the food, one after one, and she ordered all the items. When they served her, she started eating and finished all the food. She left with peace. But when he tried to leave, it was time for the bill. He was on loan now, but Osamu told him he could use his card, but in return had to do his work, and Shiro agreed to that. Koku was in a shrine and she got the orders to take Kazuya to a Kusan shrine. She went for the assessment. Kazuya was dealing with the lunch in an arm wrestling with Shiro because Shiro loved Kasumi's cooking. Suddenly everyone started shouting because their lunchboxes were empty and Kazuya asked if Kiriha had done this. But she punched him and Koku came. Shiro was angry with her and she told him that he could touch her breasts for compensation. When he ran for it, Chisato punished him. She said she wanted Kazuya to come with her. But suddenly Kiriha appeared and said she'd never let this happen. Kiriha was about to attack, but Kazuya stopped her and told her to peacefully handle this matter. They decided to do arm wrestling, and they all went to the rooftop. Kiriha asked to remove the table and they started wrestling. It was a great beetle, but Kiriha won it. Suddenly a teacher came and they were not there. Now they were going to the shrine, and Kazuya and Chisato didn't even know that there was a shrine on the mountain. The door opened and a girl in a mask named Kukuri came out from the dark. Kiriha and Kukuri started fighting over their battles and success. Suddenly black clouds started coming and Kazuya stopped them. The clouds disappeared. Kiriha asked her about the Molly-sun spreading and Kukuri told her that the seal had started weakening, but she had a solution for it. She asked Kazuya if he had noticed the weird things happening in these days, and he said yes. She told him that he was the reason for it because he attracted the Molly-sun, and if he wanted to do something, then clean the Molly-sun. But Kiriha didn't agree with that and she told Kazuya not to listen to her. She grabbed his hands and started running, but it was magically sealed. Kukuri told her that she'll never allow them to leave until he'll never agree with her. Koku flew Chisato with her and Kukuri changed her mask. She again asked the same question and Kiriha refused. Now they started fighting. Kiriha was deafening herself and Kazuya. She even tried to fly him away, but it was sealed. Kiriha again tried to attack and beat her with mind play, but Kukuri resisted it with great attack. Kiriha got injured and she was very weak. Kazuya told her to agree, but she refused. Kukuri asked them and got the same answer. Now Kukuri attacked them with a great water ball. What will happen next in this story? Subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for the latest updates.